that time again. It's time for another update on Beauty A to Z. This is Beauty A to Z Update 2. A really fun project so far, and I'm really excited to get into the details and share with you guys. And if you want to see how well I have done or if I hit any more goals, then just make sure to keep on watching. But first, make sure you guys subscribe by clicking that subscribe button. Also, while you're at it, be sure to turn on those notifications so that YouTube will notify you every time I upload. All you have to do is click the little bell and bam, you're good to go. Excited about this update. I have a few new goals hit to share with you guys. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new here, hi, welcome to the family. My name is Rose. I'm a girl boss on a budget who loves to save money and project Pan. Today's video is my second update on Beauty A to Z. It is technically the 5th month in this project, but since I was doing updates on this bi-monthly because 26 letters is 26 products is a lot to get through, so I decided to do the updates bi-monthly until I got a little closer down on hitting some goals. The creators of Beauty A to Z is Jessica Lee and Amanda D, and of course they will be linked down below, as well as the Facebook group called the PANtastic Ladies. The dates on this project is January 1st of 2020, and it is ongoing. It's a year-long project until 12/31 of 2020 with monthly updates or bi-monthly or however you want to update. The objective of Beauty A to Z is you pick products that will basically align up to each letter in the alphabet, whether it be the product type or the brand or the color of the product or even just somewhere in the labeling on the package, as long as you find a letter that coincides with each product for all 26 letters of the alphabet. Some people have been doing this in like chunks, like 5 or 6 letters at a time until they have worked through all 26 letters. But how I have been doing it is working on all 26 letters at one time, which is a lot of product. That's why I have been updating bi-monthly instead of monthly. For these past 2 months, I have done rather well, or at least I'd like to think, and I have 5 goals hit on this update, which isn't too bad. That gives me a total of 10 goals I have hit out of the 26 products so far, leaving me a total of 16 products left. I'm almost halfway there, and we are in the 5th month of the year, so not too bad. Let's just go ahead and get into it. We're just going to go from A through all the way to Z, and then when I get to the letters that I hit my goal on, of course I will let you guys know. Let's go ahead and start with the letter A. And of course I have to look down at my notes, you guys, because I have everything written down. For the letter A, what I chose was my Kylie Bullet Lipstick in the shade Almost Friday. I set the goal on this to use 1/3 of it. I have a little bit of progress on this, but nothing too crazy. As you can kind of see right there, I have just the very tip of it down and used nothing more. I haven't really reached for this lipstick lately. It is a really beautiful color. I just failed to reach for this. I've been doing a lipstick roulette over on my Instagram. That really takes up a lot of my attention and time. And I was doing a lip service project over here on my YouTube channel. I do have a couple videos. I will link them in the cards if you're interested in checking it out, that I am trying to decide on if I should re-go about and basically start that project over and do it again. Let me know if this would be something that you guys would be interested in seeing. the letter B, I went with my Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. I set the goal on this to basically finish it because, as you can see, I have a really whopping size pan in there. It is a baked formula, so the fact that I have gotten that dome worn all the way down and a nice pan in there is quite impressive. So I really wanted to set the goal on this to finish it because it is one of the older bronzers that I have in my collection. I've had this for about 3 years now, I want to say, and it still performs beautifully, but there isn't much left on there. And if I have a shot from a few months ago when I did last update, I will insert it to show you the difference. I am slowly but surely getting there. I'm hoping that I will be able to finish this up by the end of the year. We shall see. We're going to keep working on it. For the letter C, I went with my Flower Beauty Cream Blush in the shade Pinched, and I set the goal on this to use it halfway. I already have it marked for the sake of timing. I am about halfway. I would go ahead and say it's goal met, but since it's not quite exactly half yet, I'm going to go ahead and keep working on this and keep it in the project. It is a really beautiful cream blush. For those of you who are not familiar with cream products, they just look so much more natural and dewy on the skin, and they blend into your skin so seamlessly, and I really enjoy a cream product every now and then. For the letter D, I went with my little mini hourglass ambient light in the shade Diffused Light. I set the goal on this to use it up as well, and as you can see, there's still a pretty decent amount of product in there. I mean, it is a mini, but there is 0.4 ounces in there. I just haven't really been reaching for it like I should. I just don't understand what the hype is around these powders. When I apply this, I don't really see much of a difference at all on my skin. And if I have any comparison shots, I will be sure to insert it to show you. But I mean, I do have the dome somewhat worn down. I just got to keep working on it. For the letter E, I went with my Maybelline eyeliner in the shade Glazed Toffee, and I originally had this goal set to use half, but I'm going to change that goal, and I'm changing it to just use 1/3 of it, just because when I went into this project, it just shows me how much more I have learned and how much growth I have already in just a few short months of time, because I thought realistically, well, originally I had the goal to finish it, and there's no way I could use a whole eyeliner pencil in a year's period of time even. Since Project Panning, it has taught me and showed me just how long it takes to use up products. So then I went in and I changed it to half, and there's just no way, and I do use this quite often, there's just no way I'm going to even be able to finish half of this. I'm changing the goal to go ahead and just use 1/3 of it. You can see there is my marking and my progress tally for this. There isn't much of a difference. Like I said, this just is another prime example of how much it goes to show you that how long it takes to use up, especially eyeliners and stuff. Like I said, I do reach for this quite often, but there isn't a whole lot of progress. I'm changing the goal to just use 1/3 of this instead, so we'll keep working on that. For the letter F, I went with my Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder, and I set the goal on this to hit the pan. There is quite a nice dip in there, but still no pan yet, so we're gonna keep working on it. I haven't reached for this in a couple weeks, so I really need to make it a point to reach for this so that I can hit that goal, because I do feel like I'm getting rather close. So I may be able to hit the pan on this if I continue to focus on it. For the letter G, I went with my Milani Hypnotics Glitter Shadow in the shade Luster Light. And this is actually one of my goals that I hit on these past couple of months. I did set the goal on this to use 1/3, and I definitely used 1/3 of this. This stuff is really actually beautiful. I love this to just apply this on the eye with a quick crease color in your crease, and then this all over the lid. It is really quick an easy, effortless look, and it looks absolutely beautiful. So I did hit my goal on this, and I used it 1/3 of the way. For the letter H, I went with my Flower Beauty Heat Wave Luminous Bronzer, and I set the goal on this to hit the pan. Well, this is another update that I would like to do because I'm already working on the Physicians Formula bronzer. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to put two bronzers in, but it's definitely not, because I have not used this one at all yet the whole project, just because mainly it's my summer shade. It's too dark for me, and with the quarantine and everything, we haven't even been able to go outside, and it hasn't even really been getting warm outside, not warm enough to get a tan or anything yet. So I am going to go ahead and swap this out right now, and what I have decided to swap it out for instead is actually my BH, get it? BH. It's in the title of the brand, so I think it works, but it is the BH eye lights in the shade Chill Pill. And it's just a really beautiful, like, blue, icy, deep, kind of ocean blue liquid shadow, and I'll give you a swatch of it. As you can see, it is really stunning. It's a really beautiful color. I'm not going to set anything too aggressive on this, you guys. I want to try to at least have one gimme product, which I didn't have many gimme products in this project at all. So I'm just going to set the goal to use this 15 times. So that way it'll give me a little bit of motivation and give me a little bit of encouragement to make me feel like I am in fact being successful, at least somewhat, on the project. Though 10 out of 26 items I've hit my goal on so far definitely isn't bad. For the letter I went with my IT Cosmetics I by Under Eye Illuminating Concealer, and I set the goal on this to use it halfway. I am about 1/3 of the way right now, so we still have a little bit of ways to go. I figure it'll be halfway when I get right to the top of the labeling there, full coverage. Right when it gets to there is when I'm going to go ahead and call that halfway. We are continuing to work on this. I've been struggling to use this. I do use it, and I use it mainly to cut my crease and stuff because it is too light of a shade for me. I thought it was just the shade Light, which I have the other shade Light, and it works perfect, but underneath of that in parentheses it says Ultra Fair, and I never knew that it said Ultra Fair. I just thought it was light. So it is definitely an icy white, stark white concealer. So I have to mix it with other concealers, and I really don't like doing that. Such a shame because it is a really nice concealer, but we're gonna keep working on it. For the letter J, I went with my J-Cat Prismetal Eye Chrome Mousse, and I set the goal on this to hit the pan, and this is my second goal for this update because I hit the pan in there. This is another really great formula. I really love these J-Cat eye chromes. I do own about 4 or 5 of these in a lot of different colors. They have an array of colors of these, and J-Cat Beauty is extremely affordable, and these are just like yummy melted chrome liquid goodness on the eye, and they don't crease, and they wear all day, and they just look extremely wet and foiled on the eye. Let me see if I can give you a swatch if I didn't insert a video of that, just because they are quite beautiful. So as you can see, it just gives you that wet look and that wet effect on the eye, and I really love these. I've been using this a lot in conjunction with the Milani Luster Light with one crease color in my crease, and these two together, and I managed to hit my goal on both of them, and it was just a real quick 3-minute look, effortless, but it looked like I put in effort, and it just always came out beautiful. For the letter K, I went with my e.l.f. 24K Rose Gold Highlight, and I set the goal on this to wear the embossing down, and as you can see, that embossing is never ending because there's still a whole lot of embossing on that, which is crazy because this is a really nice highlighter. I usually have to go in with like a spoolie to kind of scrape it off and then pick it up with the brush, but I know it's kind of a hassle to do it that way, but it's really worth it actually, because when I do it that way and I apply it, it applies so beautifully. Let me see if I can't show you real quick, just so you can get a quick idea of how stunning that is. Look at how beautiful. It is really quite beautiful. It's really hardly pressed, so you really kind of got to scrape it. And the fact that I've been scraping and scraping like that every time I use it, and that embossing is still not even worn down, maybe just a little bit in the center, is crazy. So this will definitely last a very long time, and we all know e.l.f. is extremely affordable. I definitely would recommend this highlighter. It is absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna keep working on that. For For the letter L, I went with my ColourPop lip liner in the shade BFF, and I set the goal on this to use it halfway. As you can kind of see there, if I zoom you guys in, you'll be able to see that I'm slowly but surely getting there, just a little slower than sure, that's for sure. I'm really hopeful that I can hit that goal and get this used halfway at least. It is a really great lip liner formula. I do use it almost every day. I really do love ColourPop's lip liner formula. They are very creamy and they apply very easily. They don't tug or pull on the lips, and so far so good. I mean, I definitely have gotten a lot of use out of it, but I'm not halfway yet. So we're definitely going to keep working on that. For the letter M, it was my Morphe finishing setting spray, and I did hit that goal. I set the goal to finish it and I completed that, and I hit that goal on my last month's update. And if you haven't seen my last month's update, I will link it in the cards for you guys. You definitely want to go check it out to see the goals that I completed and hit 2 months ago. So we're just moving right along to the letter N, and for the letter N, I went with my NYX Epic Ink liner, and I set the goal on this to finish it. And as of now, it is still performing. You can't really see in to see how much product is in here. Usually how I can tell when this is done is when it no longer performs or when it gets very weak on the eye. And I also have a scale that I can keep track of things by weight, and I've been doing that lately. Let me go ahead and put the weight down. So as of today, the current weight is 6.1 grams on this, and of course that's including the packaging. I don't weigh the lid though. Some items I keep track of weight wise, some I don't, but this I definitely, the ones that you can't see in are definitely worth keeping track of the weight, just to see how much weight and you go down each update. For the letter O, I went with my Catrice One Drop Concealer, and I set the goal on this to use half of it. It's really hard to see in the bottle like where the progress is on this, so usually how I do it is I'm keeping track of the weight as well as kind of looking in the bottle. Let me go ahead and get a weight on this. As of now, it is currently 41.1 grams, and that's not including the lid. Once I get down to about 25 grams, I want to say, or half, either or, whichever comes first, is when I'm going to go ahead and call this goal met. About 25 grams, just because the packaging is a lot of that weight. For the letter P, that was my e.l.f.'s Poreless Putty Primer, which is 3 Ps, and I set the goal on that to hit the pan, which I did in my last month's update. For the letter Q, I went with my Inky List Q10 serum, and I set the goal on this to finish it. And I officially finished this on May 3rd. So this is officially done. This is another goal met. This makes goal number 3 out of the 5 goals for this update that I have hit. For the letter R, it was my Revlon lip vinyl in the shade Birthday Suit, and the goal was to use 1/3 of that, and I completed that goal last month's update. So if you haven't seen last month's update, you definitely want to go check it out. For the letter S, I went with my ColourPop Super Shock in the shade Frog. I set the goal on this to hit the pan, and as you can see, there's no pan yet, but we're getting there, definitely getting there. I have it worn down, all the embossing is worn off of it. I'm getting a nice dip in there. As you can maybe kind of see, these are really beautiful Super Shock shadows. I really enjoy this, especially these glittery ones. It's gonna be really hard to tell and see it on camera, but it just makes for a gorgeous eyeshadow topper, or just over top of a bare eye even, or over top of any type of shadow to kind of amplify the look. These are really great, and I'm definitely going to keep working on that. For the letter T, it was my Huda Beauty Tantour, and I hit that goal on the last month's update. For the letter U, I went with my Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner, and I set the goal on this to use it halfway. As of today, I am about 1/3 of the way. Once it gets to right at the above of the print here on Heavy Metal, I'm going to then consider that goal met. So we are about halfway from being half halfway. These are really, really beautiful. I absolutely love Urban Decay's glitter liners. I use this to kind of go over any type of cut crease that I may do. And I also use them to just apply all over any type of a simple eye look to kind of amplify it and give you that sparkle. These are really great and they're really precise, and I really enjoy using this. Only a couple more letters left, you guys. For the letter V, I went with my NYX Vivid Brights liner in the shade Vivid Sapphire, and I set the goal on this to use it halfway. I am about 1/3 of the way. Like I said, this is another product where you can't see through the tube of this. You really have to just look inside of there, and as well as I can keep track of it by weight now. So let me go ahead and weigh it. As of today, it is currently at 5.1 grams. So since I'm not sure how much of this is actually, the weight of this is actually the packaging, which I'm sure is the majority of this, when it gets down to 4 grams is when I'm going to go ahead and call this goal met, because you can't really see halfway. I am, again, like I said, about 1/3. It's just really hard to look in there and see that. Since it's at 5.1 grams, I would imagine at least 1 gram of this would be hopefully something. So we'll see on the next update, but I'm going to keep working on it. And for the letter W, I went with my e.l.f. Wow Brow Gel, setting the goal on this to finish it. So I'm going to keep working on that. We have not finished that yet. It's just a really nice brow gel, tinted brow gel. The letter X, I hit my goal on last month's update. The letter Y is another goal that I recently hit, and that was my YSL All Hours Concealer samples. There was 4 samples in total, and my goal was to use the 2 lightest shades, which was Ivory and Natural, and I managed to use 3 out of the 4, leaving me literally this one left. This is the last one, so that is a goal met. This one is just too dark. I can probably use this as a contour or something, but actually I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of this. There's no need for me to use it, and Lord knows I got enough makeup. So Y is another goal met on this update. And then last but certainly not least is the letter Z. I went with my Essence Melted Chrome in the shade Zinc My Way. And I set the goal on this to use it 1/3 of the way. And I did hit that goal officially on May 3rd is when I went ahead and called it goal met. There is the kind of the line right there. You can maybe kind of see it, probably not, but it is right there is where the line is on the inside of the tube. Essence is extremely affordable, and these are really beautiful to apply all over your lid, or you can use it as a liner or your inner corner highlight. I really did enjoy using this and will continue to work on it, but it's definitely goal met. Okay, you guys, so we finally made it through all 26 letters of the alphabet, which is a lot. So real quick, to just briefly recap, the 5 goals that I hit this update were my Milani Glitter Shadow for the letter G, my J-Cat Prismetal Eye Chrome for the letter J, my Q10 from the Inky List for the letter Q, my YSL All Hours 2 concealer samples for the letter Y, and then my Essence Zinc My Way Melted Chrome for the letter Z. That is definitely a lot of products to get through, but moving forward on my next update, I'm not going to go over all of the letters of the alphabet like I did this time. I'm only going to go over the 16 products that I have left, and then in July, once that update comes, since I'm doing it bi-monthly, I'm going to then start doing it monthly until the end of the year. This has been really a great project, and it's been a lot of fun, and if you are interested in joining in or doing this type of a project, please feel free to leave me a comment down below and let me know. I would love to have you join. It's never too late. That's everything for this update, you guys, and for this video. Thank you so much for stopping by, and please, of course, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It helps my channel out so much. Subscribe and comment down below. And until my next video, everybody enjoy the rest of their day. Bye.